So once again, K9 Senses, aka the king of rapping, the king of hip hop, the realest rapper on the internet, and the one who's better than you in every way, is right yet again. For some reason, DaBaby just had the urge to drop a fucking garbage album within like 6 months after he released, his last one, which doesn't really make much sense. Like, don't you want to fucking wait for, don't you want to wait to, release, something of quality, something that we can enjoy, something that we can remember? And by we, I mean the people and the casuals who are nothing but a bunch of frauds with bad taste and don't know what fucking good music is. Those are the type of people that enjoy DaBaby. DaBaby is nothing but a one-note, one-dimensional, a boring, uncharismatic, uninteresting rapper that only losers with bad taste will fucking enjoy. So yeah, why don't I get into it? But first of all, why don't you drop a like, don't forget to subscribe and comment, don't forget to follow my Instagram and SoundCloud as well. The links will be down below. But why don't we get into DaBaby's recent album, Blame It on Baby. This album is nothing but 33 minutes, but after my first listen, it felt like it was a fucking hour long, bro. That's what it fucking felt like. Like, imagine taking your sweet ass time to listen to a project that only took 6 months to, fully master, with all of his bars written, rehearsed his flow at the goddamn fucking stew and shit, recorded this, had his audio engineer produce all this shit, which is a fucking joke, by the way. We'll get into that, I promise. Like, imagine if all of this shit was, released to the public and you happen to enjoy something like this. You are not a real hip-hop fan if you enjoy this album. You're a fucking moron, you're a sheep, you're nothing but a fucking casual. So why don't we go over why this album is trash? First, as always, why don't we go over the lyrics? The beginning track, I shit you not, he says he can literally turn piss into lemonade, which is the furthest thing from good. And oh my god, dude, this is so fucking stupid. It's nothing but literal basic bitch ass similes and rhymes type of lyrics, flexing type of lyrics, I have too much ice type of lyrics, too much details and, sexual, like, explicit shit type of lyrics, literally fucking derogatory of terms used towards women type of lyrics. It doesn't make any fucking sense. The dude literally said he'd throat fuck a bitch till she throws up. Like, how fucking disgusting is that? Like, why the fuck? I thought we were done when Offset said the exact same shit in Crown the Kings, which was on that garbage Culture 2 album, which is so fucking trash. It was, without question, the worst album of the 2010s decade, bar none. But now this shit happens to creep in here. Why? Is it just an Atlanta thing? Do men in Atlanta actually enjoy, giving, bitches, the D and shit until she literally regurgitates, shit from her stomach? It doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, first of all, why would you fucking compare anything sexual to something that's completely horrendous, so reprehensible to even fucking think about, let alone say this shit in the stew in the first place? Like, how did this get past post-production? Really? Bitch, whatever. And also in Rockstar, he actually gets introspective, which I do respect, but it's ruined by simplistic, similes and rhymes. Like, how the fuck is this even fucking acceptable? And then in Nasty, which is the worst song, well, not the worst song, but it's horrible regardless. He literally compares, head game to a wrestler. Like, he literally said he'd slam it on her head like he a fucking wrestler, and he literally trying to kill a pussy, call an ambulance, because of course, hyperbolic shit that literally adds nothing to the goddamn song. Like, this album is so fucking garbage. No lyrical, no lyricism, no fucking raw talent, no skill shown in this goddamn album. And speaking of skill, the flows and delivery are so fucking forced. Like, why were there flow switch ups in fucking, I can't remember what song. It's so fucking terrible and forgettable. It's so goddamn retarded. That's what it is. Like, imagine trying to fucking defend himself, from flow switching and shit. Like, if you switch flows, like, switching up flows is really fucking great at times, and it proves that you are versatile. But you don't do it like this when they're fucking, forced as all fuck beat switches. Like, it's so fucking retarded. And what the fuck? Since when the fuck did DaBaby slap autotune on his voice and people thought it was okay and shit? Like, how the fuck are people thinking that this shit is dope? Like, that could never, ever be someone with, on a high amount of talent such as myself, on a higher level of thinking such as myself, with great taste in music such as myself. I just don't see myself in that particular lane and shit. But DaBaby decides to slap it on it and, make him like a Ty Dolla $ign ripoff for whatever fucking reason. Yeah, it makes no sense. And moving into the guest features, they literally add nothing to the song. Like, why don't we start from the worst of the worst, Quavo, where he adds nothing to the rest of the 46-second, remainder of, the second track, which I completely forgot. Like, the dude literally says he's the GOAT. What the fuck are you even good at? Like, come on, Quavo, you're nothing but a guy who mumble raps, you're nothing but a guy who relies on autotune as some type of crutch, and you're just not a good rapper, you're a fraud. You're literally in the trio of Migos, that's enough said. And then, oh god, dude, fucking, the guest features are nothing but overrated garbage. Like, you literally have a bunch of fucking fraud-ass rappers like A Boogie with a Hoodie and NBA Youngboy, who are some of the worst mainstream rappers to date. There's no excuse. Like, imagine putting these two on your fucking song. You would literally just be ashamed of your fucking self. Like, that could never be me. With someone on a high amount of caliber such as myself, with great taste in music such as myself, wouldn't even consider having NBA Youngboy or goddamn fucking whoever the fuck, like Future. Future is also on this album, and Future fucking sucks ass too. His autotune is, he can't save himself with autotune. Like, you're a trash ass rapper when autotune doesn't even fucking save you, because you still like mumble your way through certain words. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, it's just so goddamn bad. And why don't we talk about Ashanti and Meg Thee Stallion on the song Nasty, which, first off, the song Nasty is literally the most sexually explicit shit I have heard all of April of 2020. Like, this, there's no excuse why you should have to rely on this. This is the type of shit where DaBaby literally couldn't even think of any deep and coherent, concept. So he literally just threw a bunch of shit at the wall and see what stuck. And the one that's sticked was a bunch of fucking, sexual references that are so provocative they mean jack shit. And then Meg Thee Stallion doesn't even fucking do shit with that either. Like, I like her flow, but her lyrics are fucking trash. It's just a bunch of basic rhymes, a bunch of basic metaphors, a bunch of basic bitch shit. Like, it's just nothing. She's a fucking Gangsta Boo ripoff. She's literally what Gangsta Boo would sound like if 99.999% of the time her lyrics were nothing but how, her as, sex appeal would actually fucking sell out, and if she didn't get anything in her way, she would actually fucking throw a conniption fit. That's all what Meg Thee Stallion is. Her Fever album last year is nothing special, and that is proof for why she's a fucking fraud ass rapper, and anyone who's mainstream too. Like, this is so fucking ass. And what's even worse is that Ashanti on the hook is literally one of the only fucking redeeming factors of that song, and it's all because her natural like vocal performance is actually sounds kind of good. It actually matches well. The pitch is nice, and it matches well with the instrumental. But even then, this woman is completely irrelevant. Like, you don't see anyone talk about Ashanti. I don't think the only time I think Ashanti was relevant is when she was aligned with Cash Money back in the day, when Cash Money was actually good. But whatever. That's all I have to say. Horrible guest features. They offer nothing of substance to the goddamn song, and it's fucking stupid. And more importantly, the beats themselves too are fucking god awful. Like, the beats suck, dude. Like, you thought that the beats on like Stunna for Vegas's Rich Youngin were simplistic and boring. These beats are no fucking different. Like, imagine if you're a fucking producer, right? If I was in that spot, I would literally change everything. I would change 90% of it, from the muffled bass to the the absolute horrible 808s. Some of them feel cheap, some of them feel recycled, and the main instrumentals are so simplistic, it numbs your brain. Like, how the fuck, it makes you wonder, how the fuck can people bump this shit in the whip, or in a house party, or in your local studio? It doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, this shit is so fucking ass backwards. And there's another thing too. The album cover art. What the fuck is this cover art? It's just typical fucking trash ass fucking, it's quarantine session, this whole fucking coronavirus is going on. So I have to wear a fucking medical mask and shit just to fit in with the popular crowd and shit. Like, that is so fucking garbage. Like, can you fucking imagine me doing that shit? That would never be me. Like, period. This is the type of shit that I talked about last video, where rappers should pretty much stop talking about the coronavirus and fix like their normal issues and shit, because like this is what I call reaching. Because like, you could have thought of a million fucking different options for your album cover, and you chose this? Come on, DaBaby, you're better than this. You are so better than this. Well, I take it back. I kind of expected better from someone who is associated with, well, he's not associated with quality control, or should I say quantity control, because, all they focus about is their fucking sales rather than the quality of their goddamn music, and I've been saying this shit for fucking years now. It just doesn't make any sense why he would align with those fraud-ass people in Quantity Control, or 300 Entertainment, or a bunch of fucking mainstream trash. Like, the guest features are horrible, the beats are horrible, the lyrics are laughable at best. I mean, when you say shit like, literally, he can turn piss into lemonade, or he can throat fuck a bitch till she throws up and shit. Like, how am I supposed to take this dude seriously? This is the type of shit that makes you scratch your head in disgust and just, you're just fucking speechless and baffled by this type of bullshit. And this is one thing that pisses me off too. Like, I hear a bunch of fucking people talking shit when this album got 25 million streams on Spotify in less than 30 fucking minutes. Like, how the fuck is that even possible? Was this album so fucking hyped up? Like, I remember, like, the first time I heard this album was gonna get released was like 2 fucking days ago. 2 days ago, I wasn't even hyped for it. I wasn't even fucking, I didn't even go into this with high expectations, because DaBaby has always been trash. But people are always gonna throw this like little like bullshit in my face, and by these people I mean a bunch of casuals and frauds with bad taste. We're like, okay, K9, man, come on, man, like, come on. Did you hear his XXL freshman cipher? His freestyle in his cipher where he went on 2 minutes, man. That takes incredible skill, man. Like, how the fuck are you not impressed by this shit? Well, I mean, of course, if you're a moron and you don't, and you have shit taste, then yeah, you're probably gonna find that shit enjoyable. But if you're a higher level thinker with great taste, such as myself, then that shit doesn't even fucking impress me. Like newsflash, DaBaby fans, just because something is longer doesn't automatically mean it's good. Like, come on, dude. Like, that is the exact definition of quantity over quality. When there's practically, there's like 2 minutes, but practically, nothing of substance is even worth saying. Like, that's why I'm making a video about this fucking album, because literally 90% of this entire album is a bunch of fucking filler and shit. That's what it is. It's just filler upon, guess what, 3 times the amount of fucking filler. This album is so fucking garbage, man. This is all I have to say. There will be more albums like this. This is the first album I have heard, in April, and I promise there will be more album reviews like this. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. I, I am just so fucking angry. Hip hop is nowhere where it used to be. Hell, back in 2019, it was actually, pretty decent, but now it has gotten even worse to the point where you just let these like mainstream rappers get by. They can literally fucking release anything and get away with it and get a shitload of fucking streams, even though these people don't fucking deserve it. But you have underground rappers such as myself who desperately need that recognition, but sadly, these people are literally just getting away with it. They're literally outshining the good. But yeah, shout out to all the people who have been keeping it real, for all the real hip-hop motherfuckers out there who are in the underground and are coming up. We're the ones that are going to bring hip-hop back where it needs to be. And right now, this isn't the right time. That being said, Blaming on DaBaby by DaBaby is complete garbage. Do not fucking waste your time listening to this shit of a fucking album.